Alright, welcome to another Star Wars Old Republic video. This time we're going to be taking a look at the changes that are coming to your tanking class for Vanguard and Powertech. A lot of things have not changed, and some things have definitely changed about the class. You basically get, power yield, set bonus, just off legendaries, much easier to get. The other got infused Kotal packs, and infused Kotal packs actually provide self-healing as well. So that is pretty neat. So not too much has changed overall with the actual rotation. If we're looking at my bar here, you can see a lot of things are very similar. I've got a reactive shield, I've got infused Kotal packs. I've got pretty much the exact same abilities in rotation. Ion Storm still works the same way. What's interesting about the skill tree? So level 27, you can get Pulse Cannon, deals even more damage, doesn't have quite the same amount of perks. It's a channeled ability. I'm not totally sure why this is here. You can choose to replace Ion Storm with Pulse Cannon. At 35, we do have a couple interesting things coming our way. We have Extraction Plan, which is basically a harpoon that can pull friendlies as well. Or you can just give Harpoon 2 charges and it finishes the cooldown of Stock Strike for you. 43, not really that interesting other than the fact that they've now added Disruptor Rifle to replace your Energy Blast. It can't be used as often, but it does about twice the damage. There's no way to make the cooldown shorter, and it doesn't have quite as many buffs attached to it. But it still gives you a flat 3% shield rating, as well as giving you the shield absorption 25% for 6 seconds. 47, this is kind of interesting. You can reduce the cooldown of your AoE taunt. So when your guarded target is taking damage, you get to reduce the cooldown of your AoE taunt. Although I think this Cortosis Weave armor is a much nicer one to take for a lot of situations. Taking damage during battle focus reduces cooldown of infused Kotal packs by 2 seconds, and taking direct damage builds stacks of Cortosis, which is up to a 3% damage reduction. And of course you have Stealth Scan with the speed boost if you really feel like taking it. When it comes to 60, what do we got? Basically we've got our Electro Shield can deal damage back to the attackers, or we can get some energy management from the class. 68, hard choice. If you're a DPS class, not as big of a deal as a tank class. And 73, you're basically going to say, do I want some extra self-heal on my shoulder cannons, or do I want hold the line? Which is probably what you're going to take, or your 4-second stun. So yeah, as we can see, there's really not a lot that's changing with the tanking class. You can have an additional pull that can pull friendlies, or just 2 of your regular harpoon instead of having 2 different buttons to click, although it's really nice that Extraction Plan can pull a friendly. You get to choose if you want to pick Pulse Cannon instead of your Ion Storm, so it's a channel ability. Once you proc it, the channel is much faster. The one thing that I've noticed is we haven't really gotten a lot of extra stuff to do AoE, so compared to the other tanking classes, I feel like Vanguard's kind of the least changed, or they have the least amount of things that are really interesting for the way that I like to play, but they've added in a few things that are kind of a bigger boost to your single target or PvP. So yeah, I don't really have a lot to actually say about the Vanguard tanking class. They feel very similar to before. I do notice that there are a few different things that have changed about it. I liking where the legendaries are sitting right now in terms of basically getting the power yield set bonus without any real hard work, but I just don't feel like they've received some of the changes that are quite as cool as what the other 2 tanking classes have received. They still look like they're going to do just fine though. But yeah, definitely, as somebody who doesn't play this class enough, I can't really say yes or no for certain, but to me it feels like they've really received kind of the least enjoyable changes out of the classes for tanking. As always, have a great day. We'll see you in the next video.